prices, but quality is better than organic.
Okay, can you just introduce yourself?
Maxim Telish.
Maxim is one of our speakers at Krakow Enterprise Mondays, talking about his revolutionary agricultural vertical farming business. But you'll have to wait to hear the whole story till the show starts.
You definitely have to wait for it.
So this is a clever thing in Facebook to stop the mirror rating.
My only concern is that I speak fast, and I'm afraid that
no, you must speak
slow. You have to. But somebody has to.
But also, you get a table for the end, so that. Yes, that's me. Hi.
I'm sorry.
Hi, what's your name?
John.
Hi, John. Nice to meet you.
I'll give you my card here.
Oh, John Chipola. Okay, you've got Richard on your badge, which is...
I know. I don't know why they gave it to me. I'm not Richard.
I'll get that fixed right away. Thank you for coming by. So we have already started here. Normally I use this phone to do the live stream, but it's just not linking up, and because it's not linking up, I can't share. I'm not I do quite a lot of events, and there are always some little technical problems. But
I usually ask my son when I have a technical problem.
Yeah. If my son was here, that's exactly what I'd do. That's promising. I once sat in a hotel lobby in Düsseldorf, and everyone was having trouble with the Wi-Fi, and there was a guy from IBM who just happily went around switching off everyone's security settings.
Wonderful.
And then we all got in.
Yeah, I find if I call tech support, I'm on the phone for half an hour, and I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So sometimes we resolve the problem.
So you just, do you want to sit down here? You're just here for, you're not here for long, right? You said
I'll be leaving middle of next month. Yeah, that's the second course they've asked me to put together. It's actually very interesting. It's, you can talk, but you you know, it's basically a liberal arts school.
Well, I don't know that much about. Hang on, I'm making some progress now. So I'm paying attention, but I did.
I understand.
Now I've got the live stream, I can share it, which is what I want to do. Because my particular observation is that, at least until recently, there hasn't been much teaching of entrepreneurship in college business schools, so kind of prepare people for life in the corporation. That's the sort of, and I can think that Unilever was founded by the Lever brothers, Honda was founded by Secure Honda, Procter & Gamble were guys, it's like John Deere was a man, right? You don't build big companies if you don't have entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship and marketing don't mix very well.
Well, in Cambridge in the UK, where I was, we've got many multi-billion pound valuation companies in the West Coast of the United States. People often say that Stanford is really important in and in Massachusetts and technology. I was there 2 weeks ago. I'd say that maybe people haven't found a way of doing that here in Europe, but I think that's why we change.
What I found, I work with a lot of companies in career, is they try to use technology to keep the old ways safe, rather than use it to be refrigerated. And so I'm at this crossroads right now, where we look at all these advances in technology, and basically what we're doing is using the latest and greatest and most astonishing artifacts like this to do things that were being done 50 years ago, but it would be cheaper and faster. And my question is, why in the world?
My view is like what we're doing is very old-fashioned, which is developing. So what I'm doing is trying to develop soft linkages between the online business and current students, because it's not just transfer of know-how and expertise, it's also role model, inspiration, mentoring, and jobs and business partners. I think to get people to meet and talk to each other is particularly between the different departments, so it's not just restricted to one particular part of the university.
When I was teaching full time, I had 2 students and brothers who came up with this idea to use programs which had been used by football coaches to track student development. And they changed it so that it wasn't tracking an athlete, it was tracking grades, extracurricular activities, things of that nature. And they thought this would be a good thing, and I suggested to them that what they do is get along for alumni classes.
Every single day.
Already develop the networks, start their careers, and say, choose the student that the students would like to track, interact with them, suggest what kinds of events they can volunteer for, what kinds of courses they might want to take.
Jak można okno sobie otworzyć?
Dobra. And if you're going to stick around, I'm going to start the meeting in a moment. So
well, we can continue.
Może odchylimy to jeszcze bardziej, bo jest strasznie ciepło.
All right, I will talk to you later.
Hello, hello, good evening everyone. Dobry wieczór, good evening. If I could have your attention please. Could you all stand up? Please stand up. Proszę stanąć. Okay. There's an old tradition at business networking meetings which is icebreakers. This is an icebreaker. Lodołamać. Please find someone you don't know and introduce yourself to them. Okay? Starting now. Proszę poznać osobę, której nie znasz i przedstawić się. Startując teraz. If I could have your attention, please. One, please. Cicho bądź. Okay, dobra. Guys, quiet, please. Don't sit down. Don't sit down. You don't need to sit down. If you see someone talking, can you ask them to stop? Jeśli widzisz, że ktoś rozmawia, proszę, żeby się na mnie przestali gadać, dobra? Czy wszyscy obecni rozumie język angielskiego? Does everyone here understand the English language? If you do understand English, please raise your hand like this. Jeśli nie rozumiesz język angielski, raise your hand like this. Okay, so we're going to have one more icebreaker. What I want you to do is to find someone you don't know and talk to them about the most successful agricultural business you can think of. It can be a farm, it can be tractors, it can be a food company, it can be fertilizers, it can be anything you like. It can be Polish or it can be foreign. So I want you to find someone you don't know, introduce yourselves and talk to them about the best agricultural business you can think of. It doesn't have to be a farm, it can be anything to do with agriculture, from genetic engineering through to ecological farms, okay? And I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and 5 minutes we'll start the show. Okay, so please stand up, again, thank you for sitting down, please stand up, and when I play the whistle, start. Go. Okay guys, time's up. Say goodbye to your new best friends. Please find a seat. If you can't find a seat, there are some seats here at the front. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Proszę usiąść. Thank you. Wow. Inaczej jest again. Bardzo grzecznie jesteś. You're very polite. Okay, so before we get on, I wouldn't be here. I'm Richard. I'm your host this evening. Before we get underway, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Tomasz. Tomasz, could you just come up and just open the meeting? And please give him a big round of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Richard. I'm Tomasz Czech. I'm representative of Agriculture University. Actually, I'm working in Technology Transfer Center, and it's a big. I welcome you very much in this event. At our university event at the first Krakow Enterprise Monday. So have a nice evening, and I hope it will be first one, but not least one.
Okay.
We'll have more thank yous at the end. So we've had the welcome, we've had the icebreakers. Before you do anything, you need to ask why you're doing it. So let me just, in a few words, explain why this meeting is happening. Maybe na początku, dlaczego po angielsku? Why am I speaking in English? It's not because I don't speak Polish. Dostałem polskie obywatelstwo w zeszłym roku. I'm Pole. Jestem bardzo dumnym Polakiem. But a famous and great Bundeskanzler Deutschland, Willy Brandt, said, if I want to sell to you, I will speak your language. If you want to sell to me, then müssen Sie Deutsch. Okay, and I think Poland has a problem, that Poland's quite a big market, and so you can make quite a lot of money in Poland selling to Polish people, but we all know, if we travel, that the majority of French people, Koreans, Japanese, Americans, they don't speak Polish, nie mówią po polsku. So if we're ambitious, we have to speak English. The second thing is we're promoting entrepreneurship at Krakow Enterprise Mondays, and subconsciously a lot of people in Poland are anti-business. You can hear it on the radio on Friday evening. You hear na szczęście jest piątek, na szczęście niedługo jest weekend. And on Sunday evening, it's szkoda, że weekend się skończyło. You know, it's like every time. And also a lot of parents believe that entrepreneurs are greedy, pierwszy milion trzeba kraść, albo on jest jakiś prywatarz. And it's like we need to show that entrepreneurs don't necessarily represent a bad life choice. So we're very happy to have 3 entrepreneurs who are not being paid, who are coming here to talk about entrepreneurship. And in fact, you could give them a round of applause because they're not being paid to be here. Please clap up, entrepreneurs. I'm glad to say our entrepreneurs have high self-esteem because they're clapping themselves. That's very good. Okay. We want these meetings to be useful. I expect you noticed we had these icebreakers. That's important because to be successful in business, it's not about listening to a wise guy or a clever woman on stage telling you how to make money. It's about networking and getting to know other people. So the structure of these meetings forces you to talk to people you don't know. And obviously that is part of it. It's also just more interesting. Sometimes a bad entrepreneurship meeting is worse than nothing. We want these meetings to be fun, we want you to be profitable, we want the meetings to be useful, and we want to raise the growth rate. In terms of the format of the meeting, we try to have men and women. I'm very happy we've got 2 women and 1 man. Quite often entrepreneurship meetings are dominated by men. That's not cool. 50% of the Polish population are women, and more than 50% of the smart people in Poland are women. So, you know, thank you. We try to have people at different stages in their business development. We try to have one person who's already got a real business, is making money, one person who's more at the beginning of their journey, and one person who's more a social entrepreneur. It's not the only way we do it, but we try to have people at different stages, and we encourage our speakers to talk about their entrepreneurial journey, not just, you know, this is my product, this is my service, isn't it cool? Because maybe, you know, I've got an industrial glue or I've got a new type of fertilizer, and you're not interested. But you should be interested in how they had the idea, why they started the business, and what lessons they've learned. Each of the speakers has got a table. That's Maxim's table is here. Celina's table is there, and Justyna's table is back there. So quite often at the question and answer stage, people are a bit shy to ask questions to the speakers. You know, wolno mówić po polsku, możesz zadać pytanie po polsku, but you know, people are just embarrassed, or they don't want to ask a question from the floor. Our speakers are here to help you. So after the talks, if you want to talk to the speakers, you can. And I think the final thing. Sorry, the final and the most important thing. I was born in an island to the north of France called the United Kingdom, from a town near London called Oxford, and I studied in a university that competes with Oxford called Cambridge. And the first time we had a meeting for entrepreneurs from the alumni of Cambridge University was 15 months ago in December 2016, and it's a fact that Europeans are really bad at mobilizing alumni networks to support entrepreneurship. Americans are good at this. We're not good at it here in Poland, we're not good at it in Western Europe. And this is something that we need to change, because the alumni who've gone into business are the people who know about the real world of business. All the big companies, the Bayers, the Massey Fergusons, John Deere's, the big agriculture and food companies, they've got a budget to recruit you. The entrepreneurs typically don't. So it's at meetings like this where you might meet someone who might invest in your business idea, give you advice, set you an example, give you a job, find you an internship, or just explain what it's like to be in business. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite our first speaker up on the stage. Please can you give a warm Agricultural University welcome to Justyna.
Hello everyone, my name is Justyna Kosek, and I would like to tell you a few words about JUKO Green Design, company specializing in green walls, moss walls, plants walls, and greenery in interiors. What do I do? I'm designer, and I'm also producer of this green wall system. Actually, we are doing everything from project to realization. Well, we tried to organize intelligent system without maintenance. So watering is made by this by computer, and well, everything is quite easy. You don't need to watering plants, moss by yourself, and well, everything is handmade, and you can see a few of our realization. Green walls with plants like this, tekane, or some moss elements. And you can also see few paintings, moss paintings like this, and we can also create some small elements like logos or some letters. So, well, many things is possible with this system. Who I am? A history teacher who wanted to be a designer. Yes, this is true. This is my original profession. I start as a history teacher, but one day I realized I don't want to stick in the history, and I focus on something else. I always liked plants, design, and well, some news. So well, I thought how to do it, how to be well, designer. So I had to learn a lot about architecture, about plants, about almost everything what I need to create my own business. But well, it was possible, and if you can always change your mind and start all over again. So you don't need to focus only on one thing. You can organize some new ideas, but you have have some good plan, and the sky is the limit. So thank you very much.
Stay here because there may be some questions. If anyone wants to think of questions, now's a good time to think, because I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Firstly, how do you find your clients and how do you make money? Okay, 2 questions.
Well, how I find clients? Well, there are many ways to find clients. First, you have to organize very good product. Product without maintenance is very good idea, and you can tell everybody you can have a beautiful garden with beautiful plants, and you don't need to maintain. So well, it's a good thing to sell. And after that, well, you have to organize some website, some networking, and meet some people. Well, you need to advertisement. So it's, like I said, it's many ways to sell this product.
Okay. But by the way, if you're standing at the back, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats here. So if you don't want to stand all evening and you want to sit down, I'd encourage you to squeeze your way forward. But it's your choice. But there are 5 seats at the front if you're interested. Do we have any questions for Justyna from the floor at all? Yes.
It's actually two questions. The cost per square meter and the average time to be completed, like the project, or let's say.
The price is from few hundred zlotys per to few thousand zlotys per square meter. It depends. For example, moss is quite cheap in this system, but green walls like this. Oh, you can see these green walls with computer, light, many things are quite expensive. 2,000 per square meter.
And how quick are your projects?
And from 2 weeks till 6 weeks. It also depends how big is this green wall. So yes, it's
okay.
That's all.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes. And if you could introduce yourself before you ask your question.
My name is Jan, and I have only one question. How about the durability of this wall?
So, in case you didn't hear, Jan's question was the durability.
Moss walls can exist 10, 15, 20 years. And plant walls, maybe the same, but it's a little bit more difficult with plants because sometimes plants can be a little bit ill and we have to change some plants, but we always give warranty for it. So, thank you.
Okay. If you have more questions for Justyna, you're welcome to find her at her table afterwards. So let's give her another round of applause. If you're standing, jeśli stoisz na tyłu i chcesz tutaj przejść, możesz koło stolik rejestracyjny iść tutaj i są 1, 2, 3, 4 miejsca wolne tutaj. It's up to you. If you want to sit down, I would encourage you, but of course it's up to you. Okay, so our next speaker is Celina. Please give her a warm round of applause.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Celina, as you can see, and I will say very quickly some words about me. So first of all, I'm Kraków University of Economics student. Meanwhile, I'm doing my internship in Amersfoort. I'm a travel and food lover, and it's really risky to make me laugh because I'm addicted to laughing. So don't do that, please, because I can laugh like during 40 minutes. So it's better to not do that. And the last but not least, and the most important, it's the pleasure to be a person responsible for Global Entrepreneur Program in AIESEC organization, and I'm here right now to talk about it some because there is a cool program for the entrepreneurs and also for the students. So, I don't know if you hear about AIESEC, I hope that you do. AIESEC is a global organization, non-governmental, and simply, we believe that for young people it's the most important to develop yourself and to develop leadership in young people. So by our product, we believe that by global entrepreneurs, global internships and volunteer exchanges, we can develop people and by practical experience in challenging environmentals. And in our organization, we have a lot of programs, and the main one, the entrepreneur, volunteer, and talent. Some of them maybe you know, and we cooperate with schools, kindergartens, some companies, startups, NGOs. There is a lot of them. And as I said, the most important thing is to develop leadership in young people, and also to, by this, develop the companies. So we try to focus on the both sides, a win-win side. So that's why it's really cool. And by every product we support the Sustainable Development Goals. So to sum up, like AIESEC is the network of people who wants to do something more, and we try to, let's say, kick some young people to do something more, only just sitting on the couch and listen and watching TV or listen to music. So that's why I'm standing here a little bit shaking. And first of all, there is my lovely program when I love the most. So basically, there is the program for entrepreneurs, and also there is for young people who wants to go abroad too. Because right now I will talk a bit about entrepreneurs, but there is the same side for young people who wants to go abroad. So this program is since 6 weeks till 3 months, and there's for young people till 30 years old, and the person comes to company and work with them how they want. Like we talk with company and we set the expectation, what they want to do, what they expect from the young people, what they should do. And by this, we put the opportunity on the website, and then by first recruitment process, we meet the expectation by this young person and the company, and then send the best one. So the person, the level of English is at least B2, and the main focus fields is like marketing, IT, business, or education. And for sure, some of you have companies and I think, okay, it's a good idea, but why should I do that? So first of all, I think it's a great idea to develop yourself, your company, and see something different, like do something fresh and new in your company, which can grow and which can help you to change sometimes your mind. Because the person who comes for different country has that different mindset, so can give you some ideas which you didn't even think about it. So it's a good idea also to make an innovation inside your company, inside your organization. As I said, it's something simply different. So that person can really help you, and also if you think about it, that maybe I will grow in abroad. So this person can help you to find a market in their country. And also, as I said, improve international and as you can think that it's about money. So this internship is for people who the salary is not obligatory. So they are full of energy. They want to help you. They want to develop yourself, but to help grow the company. So that's why it's a simply win-win situation. And the thing like, okay, you speak a lot, you speak so much, and speak so quick, but there is a lot of things that, no, I'm not sure. And as I said, high cost of hiring, I said, no, that there's not, because you don't have to pay salary. For sure, it's great to give some money pocket for that person because she's still working for you, but it's okay if you don't. Language barrier. Okay, you're speaking English, but there's not a fear. There should be a challenge for you, because thanks to that you can develop yourself and your employees, because they should speak in English. So maybe they are scared about it, and after 3 months they can fluently speak and communicate, and then your company will grow. A visa. Okay, so there are people from Asia, from India, from America, from Brazil, of course, Europe. So some of them need visa. But from this side, from AIESEC side, we focus on it and we help them as much as we can with issue about visa. We give them the invitation letter. So there is not a huge problem about it. And I think that I should finish soon. Okay, some advice for students. I met some students. I think that there's a lot of young people. So first of all, that when you have idea that okay, I think about company, or I think about to wanna do something in entrepreneur side. So first of all, courage. As Justyna said, you have to think about it. If you want, you can do that. Just take a decision, make a decision, and do that. There's nothing wrong if you fail. Maybe first one will fail, but second, no. Okay, and if you don't know how to start, there is a lot of organization, companies, and business incubators which can help you for sure and support. As events like this, as some networkings, workshops, they can develop yourself and they can help you to set up company or just make better to think about what is going on the market research or the market that you can do a business plan. So there's a lot of things. The one thing is that you have to know, you have to want, and then everything is clear, everything is good, and there's no problem that you can go forward. Just you have to be stubborn, and then everything is going on so good. And of course, follow events for startups. For this one is great one. There's a lot of people, and next one I think will be more and more. So I'm really glad to be here, and I really enjoyed this time. I hope that I spoke a little bit fast and not so clear, but I hope that you enjoy it and like it. Thank you.
Stay here. And of course, we all know that in life, learning is learning by doing. Doing a presentation in a foreign language isn't the easiest thing, and even if in this moment Celina is not actually selling a business, you're developing skills which will be really, really valuable in business. Do you think that someone needs to speak English as well as you do to do this internship, or and does everyone need to be able to make presentations? Like, do people have to be as good as you to join the AIESEC program?
No way. I mean, like, I'm not good at all, but I mean, no, the people are just, they need to want it, and that's all. Okay, the English level should be B2, and this is all. They just want it, they should have ambition, and they should be motivated. Just apply and come.
Yeah, I'll tell a story. When I was 13 years old, I was at a boarding school, and we had a choice of going to church on Sunday morning or going to hear an improving talk. So I went to hear an improving talk, and there was an old guy in a suit, and he stood up and said, "You're probably wondering what an old guy in a suit can say of any value to a group of 300 13 to 16-year-olds." And we all nodded. And he said, "Get experience in public speaking. If I pulled one of you out of the audience and got you up here and asked you to take over from me, you'd probably be quite scared." And he said, amazingly, most adults are completely the same. Most adults are terrified of speaking in public. It's not that hard. Get experience. Okay, do we have any other questions for Celina about the AIESEC program? Yes? No? Okay. I think we'll crack on. So let's give her a big round of applause. Our final speaker, don't stand up yet, Maxim. Our final speaker, okay, you've stood up anyway, is Maxim. Let's give Maxim a big round of applause.
My name is Maxim Telish.
Microphone close to
I'm co-founder of URBANIKA Farms. We develop a technology which has changed the world. So, hoping for.
Maybe keep your microphone
close
like on your chin.
Should I repeat myself?
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay, we are developing a network of plant factories which are controlled by cloud technology, where we're going to be growing our business internationally, and we're developing our technology in Poland. And later I'll explain you why. I was born in Moscow, in Soviet Union. This country doesn't exist anymore. I graduated from the University of North Texas. After I graduated, I moved to New York. I worked on Wall Street in the film industry. Then I moved back to Europe, and I worked in developing enterprise risk management system for like ages. After that, I started a few startups. Then I decided to come with my partner to Poland and start an adventure here. Right now, I would like to discuss challenges which humankind facing for the next 30 years. By 2015, world population will be 10 billion people. That means food production has to increase by 70%. And population is becoming more active. It's expected that 60% of world population will be living in cities. Let's talk about food production. When you go to the stores, when you buy some ingredients, you buy some products, you never think about what you're buying. And it's a very important thing, as we believe. First of all, I'll talk about food production. So, as you know, climate is changing. Food is harder to grow because right now in Poland we live in April. It's warm outside, but it could be very cold. It's very unpredictable. Also, we're facing natural hazards. Could be too much rain, not enough rain, too much sun, not enough sun, unpredictable. And also, as you may know, 80% of arable land has been already used. That means there's no way to grow food anymore. Population is growing, we need more cattle, we have to cut forests, and cattle produce CO2, and it's a very, very bad situation for us. Okay, another thing which we believe is very crucial in our business is the majority of food travels on average 2,500 kilometers. If you go to the store and buy a lettuce, for example, it's probably coming from Spain or Holland. And if you think about your sandwich when you're going to eat it next time, on average travels 30 kilometers. When you cut a plant, it's dying. The longer it's dying, the less nutrients it has. So by the time you buy food in the store, there's no any natural value into it, so, which is a big problem for our health. So I would like to discuss the future of agriculture. That's what we're doing. So we are a hybrid company. We are urban farmers and also developing technology. So we are building a vertical plant factory, which will be controlled by cloud technology, as I said before. What that means is that we monitor every aspect of climate, where our plants grow, and every aspect of life cycle of a plant. After optimizing these parameters, we create a recipe. We call it a digital recipe. The idea behind it is that we believe that food doesn't have to travel anymore. Information about food has to travel. Okay, this is my partner Michael, and this is our first growing rack, which we built a year and a half ago. So as you may see, we're using horticultural lights, which we don't need to use sunlight anymore, and also we don't use any nutrients whatsoever. We call our production post-organic production. What that means is that we don't use any pesticides, we don't use any fungicides, herbicides, which are harmful to humans. As a matter of fact, organic producers using organic pesticides, nobody knows what they are. I'm talking to students from agricultural universities, and nobody can explain because there's no statistics, environmental statistics about organic pesticides. Said that, we believe that we have to know what we put in our system. Food production has to be transparent. As a matter of fact, we believe in the future companies which are not transparent are not going to be in business any longer. I really hope so. Okay, that's pretty much how our farms would look in the future. What that means is that we don't have to go horizontal anymore. We have to go vertical. That means we don't have to measure food production by square meter. We have to measure food production by cubic meter. Our farms using 90% less in conventional traditional farming. 3/4 of water in traditional farming are just wasted and it's fresh water we're talking about, and water is very scarce resource, and with the increase of population, it's going to be more and more scarce. Okay, this is my partner's favorite photo. This photo was taken in Agricultural University in Skliarnia, if I can say it properly in Polish. So that means the guy is spreading pesticides. And my friend Michael, he scares people with this photo, because you have to understand what you have in your food. Okay, next time you go to the store, you have to keep this photo in mind. And on the left side, you see this module which we're building. What we're trying to achieve is that we will build farms, globally, and all these farms will be able to use just mobile phone to control the farm. That means you don't really have to have any previous experience in horticulture and agriculture at all. Our module will control the entire life cycle of the plant. That means we don't have to have people looking around and seeing things. Sensors will monitor the whole process. All this information will be conveyed to the cloud, and we're going to use a database which will analyze living conditions of the plant and adjust climate parameters accordingly. Okay, why we believe our technology is disruptive? Right now, if you look at agricultural sector, it's controlled by huge corporations. Corporations don't care about you, the corporations care about making money. We believe it's a legacy which we live with, and we have to change it. We believe agriculture has to be completely transparent. We have to know that food is local. That means it's grown right next to you. It's not traveling 2,000 kilometers. That means you have to understand what's in the food you eat. That means we have to understand how transparent the production is. And also we have to be efficient. That's why we talk about automation. As a matter of fact, I believe that in the future, when you graduate, you don't have to worry about other guys who study with you. You have to worry about robots. You will have to compete with robots. So that means you have to possess some qualities which robots don't. Okay? And you have to have some leadership skills, for example, entrepreneurial skills. You have to be creative. That's how you'll be able to compete with robots. Otherwise, you'll be outsider. When you start your business, you have to keep these things in your mind. Otherwise, you're going to be behind. Okay, this, as I said before, we started really our production on April of last year. So far, we pretty much covered Krakow. All the best restaurants in Krakow buying from us our produce. We start selling our produce in retail shops, healthy shops, and next month we're going to be selling our produce in Carrefour. And it's only in 1 year. When we come to, and you have to understand, I have absolutely no background in agriculture or horticulture. I have business background. And in 1 year, we, with my team, we achieved a result which I couldn't dream of. We're growing the best food in Poland. When we come to restaurants, and we work with very expensive restaurants, for example, when chefs look at our food, with our microgreens which we grow, they're amazed. They can't believe it could be grown inside the building without sunlight. Okay, this is my team. They're all present here. I'm just supporting me on the left side. And, thank you guys. I guess this is it. I mean,
it's actually very, very exciting to have a kind of a technological pioneer on the stage. So thank you very much for that presentation. Can you talk a little about the economic advantage? We talked a bit beforehand about your economic advantage, and you talked about the extra productivity. But in terms of input costs, you're really not using any chemicals, any fertilizers, anything like that. So So to produce the products that you showed on the screen, what's the business situation? Are you making more money? Is it cheaper for you than the competition? Or are you just doing it much faster? If you just explain how you're making money and how you're going to make money.
I think it's both. First of all, our product is better because it's local. It's grown 2 kilometers away from any restaurants we sell. First of all, we don't use any chemicals. And as my partner says, our plants are punchy. When you put this plant in your mouth, it's just like you won't believe it's growing somewhere in the building, for example. In terms of economics, let's imagine traditional farming. You have 2-3 months in Poland, for example, where you can grow your lettuce, for example, right? If you like, you can have 2 harvests per year. In terms of greenhouses, you can grow lettuce maybe 6 harvests per year. We can grow lettuce using our technologies in 20 days. We're currently growing microgreens, and we have 4 harvests per month. It's amazing. So basically, with automation, we're going to be reducing labor costs as well, because we don't need any employees to grow plants. If I answer your question.
Yeah, certainly. And do we have any questions? Yes, Michal. Okay. Maybe introduce yourself and speak loudly. I'll repeat your question back.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mike. My question is it not better for you to license this technology rather than grow those seeds yourself?
Okay, so the question is, isn't it better for you to license the technology rather than to do it yourself?
Well, I'm really in the early stage right now. As I said, I have to explain why we consider ourselves as a hybrid company. Because majority of companies either vertical farmers, those urban farmers, or companies which are developing technologies. And the problem with that is that farmers don't really can explain to technology guys what they need. And technology guys don't understand how to grow plants. That's a big problem. And we believe in the future we will license our business.
Okay, so a question from me, not this year at TED, but last year at TED, the guy from Google X project said they tried vertical farming and they gave up. If you go online and you Google vertical farming, you can see in New York and different places other people are trying vertical farming. What's to stop people, suppose you're successful and it looks like you're going to be successful, what's to stop people copying your technology? Do you have anything like any kind of like IP or intellectual property, anything in the way you're doing that stops other people from copying you?
You see, I probably will IP because we will be forced to IP, but I don't believe in IPs because I think this information has to be open. We would like to build open platform. But the important thing about our technology is that digital recipes which we're developing. That means, I just give you an example. We are in Krakow right now, and our farm will be able to recreate climate of North Italy, for example, and we'll be able to grow plants which have the same taste, same flavor, texture, color, like you would grow somewhere near, Venice, for example, right? And it's very hard to copy because it's just basically developing new recipes and going ahead of the game. And if you have the game, they can copy what you already developed, the existing technology. But we're always thinking about next steps, and we never stop. And it's very hard to steal something which is in my mind right now.
Any other questions? If I was a student of the University of Agriculture and I heard that some non-agricultural guy was growing food more efficiently than people who are properly trained, I would find that quite disconcerting. That's a bit like Elon Musk building a better car than the automotive engineers. So, are there any questions from all these girls who've been studying agriculture? And if there are, just wave your hand. If not, one more from me. What's the next step? Are you looking for funding? If so, how much? Or are you going to do it by bootstrapping? And if someone gives you money, how much? What's your valuation? What do you get in return?
That's a very important question because here in Poland, nobody asked me why I'm in Poland. First of all, I'm always really surprised nobody asked me this question. I thought it would be the first question. Okay, so I will go from there as a progression. And basically, the reason we're here is that Poland is a very talented country. There's lots of talented people here. And it's a very good location, right? Krakow is Vienna 4 hours away, Prague 4 hours away, Berlin 5 hours away, even Warsaw 3 hours away. So everything is close. So, and it's a big market. You can test your product, and you can cheaply develop technology here, test your market, and then go outside of Poland and sell it there. The big problem in terms of financing, finding financing in Poland is that a lack of smart money. What I mean by that is that lots of investors here, they like to invest in tangible things. It means buying buildings, for example, because you can always touch this building. It's not going to run away from you. Technology is something very hard to understand. And I don't think that Polish investors are on the same level of like British investors, American investors, even like German investors, for example. Yeah, right now we value our companies 4 million euros. And yeah, we're looking for funding. We're always looking for funding because right now we're employing 10 people, and it's lots of money on big cash outflow, and definitely we need more money to invest in the future of this company.
Okay. Well, any other questions? Yes, there's a question from back there.
Hi, I'm Agnieszka. I'm very enthusiastic about this kind of solution, and I have information about marketing. How do you inform people what they buy? Because do you have some information on the box that the code is without pesticide, it's this kind of farming, and it's so supportive?
Okay, so just if anyone didn't hear, Agnieszka's question was how do you do marketing? How do you communicate about the fact that your products don't have pesticides and so on? Is it on your website and so on?
Yes, basically we start selling in shops, and this is our packaging. By the way, if you look at this packaging, it's completely different from what you see in the regular stores. It says here it's local produced, we're using non-GMO seeds. Unfortunately, currently we're importing seeds from UK. We don't like the Polish quality of seeds. By the way, it's a good business, guys, and if you think about making seeds here in Poland, it's a big market and it's going to grow. And also we say there's no chemicals here. But we just started, we're about to start marketing our produce. It's going to be, we're going to use Facebook, Instagram. We're going to be printing brochures. When we talk to chefs, they don't really care about these things right now, but they do care about local produce because local means longer shelf life, for example. Of course, once we're going to start selling Carrefour, we'll be advertising through our website. Because another thing which we're going to do is that we speak with chefs we work with right now, and they will publish their recipes on our website. So they talk about their philosophy, why they're using microgreens, for example, why they're buying from us. It's going to be, marketing as well.
Great. Well, if you have more questions for Maxim, he's here. I think that deserves a really big round of applause. Thank you very much. Part of every Krakow Enterprise Mondays is the open mic slot. The idea of here is that we have an audience here, which we're all working as volunteers to do this. We're giving this audience to anyone who has an idea they want to share, they've got a business problem, they want to recruit people, they want to find customers. So for the next 5 minutes, I know we've got one announcement already from Lorenzo, if he's here. You can start coming up, because I think it's best to be up on stage. But anyone else who wants to make a little advertisement, we encourage you to solve your problems and make money here. So let's have a round of applause for Lorenzo and start by introducing yourself.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Lorenzo, and I'm about to launch my own business and it's going to be about investing. This is a topic that has been touched by Maxim at some level when he said that in Poland people like to invest in things they can touch, for example real estate and so on. But from my experience I noted that there are things that cannot be touched, and they could be stocks, they could be bonds, they could be other type of product, and they can be very beneficial also for people who don't want to be entrepreneurs or for students who have some savings and are thinking about what am I going to do with this money after going on vacation and after having some fun. If there is still some money left, what I can do with that. So what I'm trying to do is to answer this question, and I'm providing some free advice about financial education on a Facebook group. And I decided to take this type of advice also offline. What I would like then is to invite all of you this Thursday in Rene Guvne 28. It's literally in the main square in the center, and we're going to have a meetup about the 8 steps that you need to know about investing. So this meetup is for everybody who doesn't have a financial background. You can come too, I mean, if you have a financial background, you're more than welcome, but it's also specifically designed for people who don't know anything about investing and they would like to know a little bit more about this world and decide what to do with their money. I know that a lot of you are students and may think that it's too early to think about that, but if you start early, you can also retire early or just work on your project early. So if you're interested in having more money, feel free to come.
Do we have anyone else who wants to? Yes, come on up, Evelina. So thank you. If anyone else wants to make an announcement, this is an opportunity. Other people charge or take money for this. Over to you.
Hi, I'm Evelina, and I just wanted you to inform that the next meeting will take place in UEC, the University of Economics in Zaułek, on 4th of June. So if you like this event, I invite you to come to the next one. Thank you.
This is something I didn't draw attention to. Krakow Enterprise Mondays started in Ageha, across the road from here, and now we're in University of Rolnicza. The next one's going to be in the University of Economics. It's really important if you want to be successful in life and in business to meet people with different disciplines, different backgrounds. So it's a great opportunity. I'm going to talk about other events, but do we have any other advertisements? Does anyone want to sell something, buy something, find someone to go on holiday with, anything at all? No? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about, I'll post this on the Krakow Enterprise Mondays Facebook page. By the way, you are online at the moment. We stream these meetings live onto Facebook, so make sure you smile when you look at this thing. Okay. So on Wednesday this week, OMGKRK, which is the largest entrepreneurship supporting organisation in Krakow, has a meeting. I think it's about the characteristics of entrepreneurs. TEDx Kazimierz Live is at Krakow Technology Park on Saturday. We've only got 15 tickets left, 135 have already gone. You can pay $10,000 and go to Vancouver and watch it live in TED, or you can come to Krakowski Park Technologiczny, and it's for free. You choose. Okay. The JCC Entrepreneur Club has its meeting on Thursday. That's the Jewish Community Centre in Kazimierz. 125,000 people, generally Jewish diaspora, travel to Krakow every year. And we believe that we can be a bridge between those people, some of whom are entrepreneurs, and the local startup community. Open Coffee Krakow is every second Thursday morning in also Rynek Główny 28. And as Evelina already said, the next Krakow Enterprise Mondays will be on the 4th of June in UEC. And I think, Carolina, you're going to say something about the next one here, right?
Yes.
Come up here, and in fact, can you give come on here, come here, and give Evelina a big round of applause. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to invite you to next meeting. It will be probably in June, and the same place. So I hope everyone will be with us. And we want to say big thank you for everyone and for our students which prepared this event with me, and it is a pleasure to be with us. Thank you.
I hope this is going to work technically. Part of these meetings is to share ideas. This is a three-minute TED Talk, which is relevant to everyone who's an entrepreneur. Let's see whether it works.
So ladies and gentlemen, at TED we talk a lot about leadership and how to make a movement. So let's watch a movement happen, start to finish, in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons from it. First, of course you know, a leader needs the guts to stand out and be ridiculed. But what he's doing is so easy to follow. So here's his first follower with a crucial role. He's going to show everyone else how to follow. Now notice that the leader embraces him as an equal. So now it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Now there he is calling to his friends. Now if you notice that the first follower is actually an underestimated form of leadership in itself. It takes guts to stand out like that. The first follower is what transforms a lone nut into a leader. And here comes a second follower. Now it's not a lone nut, it's not two nuts, 3 is a crowd, and the crowd is news. So a movement must be public. It's important to show not just the leader, but the followers, because you find that new followers emulate the followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, and immediately after, 3 more people. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point. Now we've got a movement. So, notice that as more people join in, it's less risky. So those that were sitting on the fence before now have no reason not to. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, but they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. So, over the next minute, you'll see all of the those that prefer to stick with the crowd, because eventually they would be ridiculed for not joining in. And that's how you make a movement. But let's recap some lessons from this. So, first, if you are the type, like the shirtless dancing guy, that is standing alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals. So it's clearly about the movement, not you. Okay, but we might have missed the real lesson here. The biggest lesson, if you noticed, did you catch it? Is that leadership is over-glorified. That yes, it was the shirtless guy was first, and he'll get all the credit, but it was really the first follower that transformed the lone nut into a leader. So as we're told that we should all be leaders, that would be really ineffective. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join in. And what a perfect place to do that at TED. Thanks.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Finally, the rest of the evening is almost just back to you guys. How can you help? First of all, what's this? There's only one answer to this question. The answer is yes. Did you enjoy this meeting?
Yes.
Thank you. That's manipulative. We will send a feedback questionnaire, so please give objective feedback. You can really help Carolina if you're here in the university by suggesting speakers. It's going to come from personal networks. You might know some entrepreneur who'll be ready to come and give a talk. Again, emphasize this isn't about making money. This is about sharing know-how, inspiring the next generation. You can get involved. You can offer help. You can talk to Evelina from the University of Economics. You can talk to me if you want to help in AGH. Talk to Carolina if you're here in the University of Agriculture. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can be just printing badges, tidying up, but you do get to meet people. Maybe you want to start a business. If you do start a business as a result of coming to this meeting, we'd love to celebrate that as a success story. You've heard about the meetings that are coming, and you've seen that Carolina's here. Those are her contact details. we're going to have one more icebreaker. And after this, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Tomasz, to Carolina, and all the people from University of Agriculture who helped us. So please give them a big round of applause. And we can have also, I appreciate that you gave your time. You trusted us with a couple of hours of your life, and that actually time is the scarcest resource. Attention is what really matters in life. So please, can you give yourselves a very big round of applause right now? Come on, do better than that. The final thing is indeed the icebreaker. So please stand up. Okay, stand up. Find someone you don't know and talk to them about what you enjoyed most this evening. And after that, we're no longer looking after you. So this is not going to end. Find someone you don't know, introduce yourself, and it's over. Thank you. Yeah, so for those watching, thank you for watching. And it's been a pretty successful meeting. We're happy.